When no other unit can survive a mission, America sends them. The Navy SEALs. Their most secret branch was founded in 1980 by a man named Richard Marcinko, nicknamed Demo Dick. He chose the number 6 purely to deceive the Soviets about the unit's true size. Their selection, the infamous Hell Week, breaks most who try. On the 2nd of May, 2011, this very unit flew to Abu-Tbad and killed Osama bin Laden in around 40 minutes. Their strength isn't noise, it's the certainty that they will come. Who dares wins. The motto of the British SAS, the mother of all modern special forces. In 1941, David Stirling raised them in the North African desert, destroying hundreds of German aircraft on the ground with tiny raiding parties. His enemies called him the Phantom Major. They became world famous in 1980, storming the seized Iranian embassy in London live on television. Their selection in the Welsh Mountains is considered one of the hardest on Earth. Almost every special forces unit in the world is built on their model. Israel's most secret unit carries a name you're not meant to know, Sayeh Redmatkal. On the 4th of July, 1976, its commandos flew over 4,000 kilometers to Entebbe to free more than 100 hostages. Their commander was Jonathan Netanyahu, known to all as Yoni, brother of the future prime minister. He led the assault from the front and was the only soldier hit during the withdrawal. To this day, the operation bears his name. They prove that precision reaches further than any border. Officially, the United States denies its existence, Delta Force. It was founded in 1977 by Colonel Charlie Beckwith, who had served with the SAS and brought that same hardness to America. Its debut, the 1980 hostage rescue in Iran, ended in disaster in the desert sand. 8 soldiers died before a single shot was fired at the enemy. In 1993, the unit fought through the battle in Mogadishu that became known as Black Hawk Down. From their bloodiest defeats, they forged America's deadliest unit. Its name means thunder, Poland's Grom. It was born from a covert operation in 1990, when a Polish team smuggled 6 CIA agents stranded in Iraq out of the country, just before the Gulf War. One of those men, Sławomir Petelicki, founded Poland's first elite unit. Barely 10% survive its selection in the Bieszczady Mountains. In 1997, they captured the Butcher of Vukovar. In 2003, they secured the Qasar oil terminals before Saddam's men could blow them up. From nothing, they became one of the most respected units in the world. They take men from all over the world who want to leave their past behind. The Foreign Legion. In 1978, its parachute regiment jumped over Kolwezi in the Congo to free more than 2,000 European hostages. Commander Philippe Rouland dropped his men from low altitude straight into the contested city and took every objective in under an hour. Whole cellars lay full of the murdered, yet they saved thousands. Rouland died a year later, aged just 40. The Legion fights not for homeland but for the honor of the Legion itself. Better to die than live a coward. The motto of the Gurkhas of Nepal. Just how seriously they take it was shown in Burma in 1945 by rifleman Lachiman Gurung. When Japanese grenades landed in his trench, he threw 2 back. The third tore off his right hand. Half blind, he loaded and fired his rifle one-handed for 4 hours, shouting, "Come and fight a Gurkha!" By dawn, 31 dead lay before his position. He lost his hand and an eye, and received the Victoria Cross. After the 1972 Munich Olympics massacre, in which 11 Israeli athletes died, Germany swore, never powerless again. The answer was GSG-9, raised by Ulrich Wegener, deliberately from police rather than soldiers, to avoid any echo of the SS. In 1977, Wegener's men stormed the hijacked Lufthansa jet, the Landshoot, in Mogadishu using ladders. Within minutes, all 86 hostages were free, and 3 of the 4 hijackers dead. Their success was so unmatched that it moved America to create its own Delta Force. Long before modern special forces, Europe feared a different elite, the Ottoman Janissaries. The empire took Christian boys as a blood tax, converted them to Islam, and forged them into Europe's first standing professional soldiers. One such boy, Si Nachen, rose from Janissary officer to become the empire's greatest architect. But the corps grew so powerful that it toppled sultans, until in 1826 a sultan had his own guard annihilated in a single bloody night. Slaves had become kingmakers. Around the greatest conqueror in history stood a wall of warriors, the Keshig of Genghis Khan. 10,000 hand-picked men guarded him day and night and served as the training ground for his generals. One of them was Subutai, a blacksmith's son who rose from the bodyguard to lead armies as far as Russia and Europe, to many, the most successful general in history. An offense against a single guard counted as an offense against the Khan himself. To guard the Khan was to learn how to conquer the world. In ancient Sparta there was a secret force whose mission was murder, the Krypteia. Not one member's name survives. That was the point. It is said to have been created by the half-legendary lawgiver Lycurgus Gus. The finest pupils of the brutal warrior school were chosen and sent alone into the wild with a single dagger. According to ancient accounts, Sparta declared war on its serfs each year so the young warriors could kill them without guilt, the strongest first. Their first test of manhood was their first kill. They charged into battle without armor and without fear, the Norse berserkers. The oldest record of them sits in a skaldic poem about King Harald Fairhair. At the sea battle of Hafrsfjord around the year 872, his wolfcoats guarded the prow of his ship, clad in wolf skins, howling in groups of 12. The sagas describe warriors in a wild trance who feared neither pain nor iron. So feared were they that Norway eventually banned them as too dangerous. Their weapon was frenzy itself, against which no armor protects. In the Aztec Empire, the elite fought as eagles and as jaguars. Only those who proved themselves could wear the feathers or hide of their totem animal. Their spirit was embodied in Cuauhtémoc, whose name means descending eagle, the last Aztec ruler who led the resistance against the Spanish. Their aim was often not the enemy's death, but his capture. The gods' sacrificial altars needed living men. A warrior rose in rank by taking prisoners. For them, war was the beginning of a sacred ritual. From a single mountain fortress, a tiny order terrorized half of medieval Persia, the Assassins. Around the year 1090, their founder, Hassan-i-Sabah, seized the fortress of Ahitlamut. Too few to beat armies, they chose another weapon. Their fighters killed the enemy's leaders in targeted strikes, always with the dagger, often in a public place. Their first famous murder struck the empire's most powerful vizier in 1092. They became so notorious that their name gave us our word for the targeted killing, assassination. They invented the single lethal blow at the top, and then there was an elite that never took the open field, the shinobi of Japan. Their most famous was Hattori Hanzo, a warrior from Iga they called Demon Hanzo. When his lord, Tokugawa Ieyasu, was stranded defenseless in enemy territory in 1582, Hanzo led him to safety over secret mountain paths, saving the man who would unite Japan and become shogun. For the shinobi fought not with honor and sword, but with espionage, deception, and murder from the shadows. History's deadliest warriors were never the strongest, but the ones you never saw coming. From the silent shadows of Japan to the commandos of today, every one of these units proves the same truth. The deadliest warriors are not the most numerous, but the most disciplined and determined. If this gripped you, drop a like, tell us which unit impressed you most, and subscribe for more.